Hi, I'm Jesse Jankowski from the State Water Resources Control Board's Division of Water Rights. I'm going to show you how to submit information through the Delta Watershed Enhanced Reporting of Prior Diversions and Projected Demands form. The purpose of the Enhanced Reporting form is to collect information on actual recent diversions and projected demands for water under your water right or claim, as required by the Enhanced Water Use Reporting and Curtailment Regulations for the Delta Watershed that became effective on August 19, 2021. This information will help improve estimates of water demand for the purpose of informing future curtailments in the Delta Watershed. This form is submitted via the State Water Board's Water Rights Form and Survey Submittal portal at public.waterboards.ca.gov. You can find your login information for the portal on the third page of the initial order imposing water right curtailment and reporting requirements, which was physically mailed to you on August 20th. Keep in mind that every water right or claim has separate login credentials, and you must submit an individual enhanced reporting form for each of your rights or claims that have a face value or recent annual diversion amount of 5,000 acre-feet or more. From here, I'm going to move into our test environment, but its functions are the same as that of the real form that you'll be submitting data through. Only water rights or claims that divert 5,000 acre-feet or more annually, either based on their face value or 2018 and 2019 annual reports, are required to submit an enhanced reporting form. These users received a different version of the August 20th curtailment order explaining this requirement. If your order doesn't mention monthly reporting under the Response Required heading on the third page, and you don't see the enhanced reporting form when you log into the survey portal, you are not required to submit this form. Please see the other tutorials for instructions on completing the other Delta watershed forms in the survey portal. Click on Survey to start your enhanced reporting form. Your first form must be completed and submitted by September 10th, 2021. Subsequent forms will be due by the 10th day of each month through July 2022, unless you are otherwise instructed by the State Water Board. Before completing this form, you should collect information on your past diversions from January through July 2021 and estimate your future monthly demands for September through November 2021. All numbers are required to be reported in volumes of acre-feet per month. This form may be amended in the future, and any updates will be announced via the State Water Board's Delta Drought email list and at the Delta Drought website, waterboards.ca.gov/drought/delta. Please review the information on this page carefully, as it explains the purpose of the form and how to navigate it. Click Next to proceed. The first set of questions ask you to submit information on past monthly diversions under your water right in January through July 2021. August and September diversion data will be requested in the next monthly form, due October 10th. Enhanced reporting forms due after October 10th will only ask for the prior month's diversion data. The list on this page describes in detail the 5 categories of data that will be submitted: direct diversions for consumptive use, direct diversions for non-consumptive use, diversions to storage for any purpose, releases from storage for downstream use, and releases from storage that are considered abandoned downstream. Reported diversions should be limited to those made under the specific water right or claim for which this form is submitted. In the case of overlapping water rights for both consumptive and non-consumptive uses of the same water, such as hydropower releases with downstream agricultural or municipal uses, overlapping diversions should only be reported under the consumptive use right. If you have multiple water rights for the same place of use and point of diversion, please report diversions under your most senior water right or claim up to the maximum diversion amount before reporting under more junior rights or claims. It is important that you report as accurately as possible and do not report duplicate diversions in multiple data fields or across multiple water rights or claims. Click Next to move to the first data entry form. For question 1, you will report monthly direct diversion amounts made for a consumptive use under this water right or claim. These may include irrigation, municipal, industrial, or other uses that consume water. Include any water that was diverted to storage and consumptively used within the same month in this amount. Water that was diverted to storage and held beyond the month when it was diverted will be reported under a later question. Please note that the distinction between storage for less than a month and for a longer period is made only for the purposes of obtaining diversion data in a format that can be used to help evaluate water availability on a monthly time step. Do include any incidental consumptive uses made under a non-consumptive right or claim in these numbers. Do not include rediversions of previously stored water, such as contract deliveries or water you diverted to storage in a prior month and used during the month for which you are reporting. Please report the total direct diversion amount without removing any water that returns to the stream following consumptive use, such as runoff of applied irrigation water or municipal wastewater discharges. If no direct diversions for consumptive uses occurred under this water right or claim, enter zeros. In the first form, you'll enter diversions for the previous 7 months of 2021. Future forms won't require that you repeat these numbers, only diversions for August 2021 and beyond. Click Next to save your responses and move to the next page. On any page, you can click the Previous button at the bottom to save your responses and return to the previous page. You will need to enter numbers into every required field in order to do so. For question 2, you will report water that was directly diverted for a use that is non-consumptive, meaning it does not decrease stream flows downstream. This might include hydropower generation, fish and wildlife preservation, or other uses that do not consume water or only consume negligible quantities. Include any water that was diverted to storage and released within the same month. This water must have been returned to the source stream and made available for other water right holders downstream in the same month in which it was diverted. If water was not released into the same stream system where it was diverted, due to an interbasin diversion or otherwise, please explain in the box at the bottom. If no diversion occurred for non-consumptive uses under this water right or claim, enter zeros. For question 3, you will report water that was diverted to storage and held beyond the month in which it was diverted. This includes water stored for any purpose, either consumptive or non-consumptive. If you hold multiple water rights or claims with overlapping consumptive and non-consumptive uses, such as municipal use and hydropower generation, you should only report these diversions to storage under the consumptive use right in order to avoid double counting. Please list the water right IDs associated with any overlapping water rights or claims and explain in the box at the bottom of this page. If no diversions to storage occurred under this water right or claim, enter zeros. For question 4, you will report water that was stored in a previous month and released during the month for which you are reporting for rediversion or use downstream. This might include contractual deliveries, summer irrigation, or municipal use. Releases to meet water quality or flow requirements downstream should also be included if they could not be considered abandoned anywhere downstream within the Delta watershed and are therefore not available for diversion by other water right holders anywhere downstream in the watershed. These numbers should not include water stored and released within the same month, which should have been reported under questions 1 or 2 depending on its use. If you didn't release any previously stored water for downstream use this month, enter zeros. For question 5, you will report water that was in storage for more than a month and released during the subsequent month for which you are reporting, and considered abandoned and available for downstream use in the Delta watershed. This may include hydropower releases or releases to meet in-stream flows for only a specific stream reach. This should not include water stored and released within the same month, which should be reported under questions 1 or 2 depending on its use. Do not include releases that serve an overlapping consumptive use right or claim, which should be reported in the form for that right or claim under question 4. If no releases of abandoned flows were made from storage under this water right or claim, enter zeros. The next set of questions ask you to estimate future monthly demands under your water right for September through November 2021. Future forms will be similar to this, requesting a rolling window of projected demands for the next 3 months. It is important to note that these projections should be the amount of water that you anticipate using if water is available at the priority of your right or claim, without any curtailments in place. Actual diversions may not match projected demands for a variety of reasons, including limited water availability and the imposition of curtailments. Projections of demands for the upcoming months should reflect your best estimate at this time and may understandably change between months as hydrologic conditions, reservoir storage, and associated circumstances change. Anticipated demands should be limited to those made under the specific water right for which this form is submitted. Do not include any anticipated demands that would be met by another water right, such as those that would occur under contract. Please avoid double counting demands across multiple rights or claims. If you have multiple water rights for the same place of use and point of diversion, please attribute projected demands under your most senior water right or claim up to the maximum amount that may be diverted under it before reporting under more junior rights or claims. If you have overlapping rights for both consumptive and non-consumptive uses of storage, please report these demands only under the consumptive use right. Question 6 is similar to question 1, asking for projected demands for direct diversions for consumptive uses. If you anticipate 0 demands in any of these categories, enter zeros. Question 7 is similar to question 2, asking for projected demands for direct diversions for non-consumptive uses. Remember to explain in the box at the bottom if you anticipate that water would not be released into the same stream system from which it was diverted. Question 8 is similar to question 3, asking for projected storage of water for any purpose, which would be held beyond the month in which it was diverted. Please note any overlapping rights or claims and explain in the box at the bottom. Question 9 is similar to question 4, asking for projected releases from storage which would be used downstream, such as releases to satisfy a contract or flows to meet water quality or flow requirements downstream. Question 10 is similar to question 5, asking for projected releases from storage which would be considered abandoned and available for diversion by other users downstream. Finally, on this page you have the opportunity to enter any additional information related to your water right and responses on this form. On the last page of the form, you must certify that all information submitted on the form is true and correct to the best of your knowledge. Check the box and click the Finish and Submit button to save and submit your enhanced reporting form. After clicking Submit, you will be taken to a summary of the form you have just completed. To save or print it for your records, you can select Show as PDF at the bottom of the page. You can return to the Survey Portal homepage by clicking the Return to Dashboard link at the bottom of the summary page. Here you can view any completed forms by clicking on Summary next to the appropriate form. To modify a form you have completed, click Survey again to re-enter the form with your saved responses. You will be able to make modifications to the enhanced reporting form until the 10th of each month, after which the form will close. For more information, please visit the State Water Board's Delta Drought website at waterboards.ca.gov. waterboards.gov/drought/delta. If you have any questions or need assistance, you may contact us at bay-delta@waterboards.ca.gov or by phone at 916-319-0960. Thank you for watching the Delta Watershed Enhanced Reporting Form tutorial.